What's going on, guys? This is Kaisho. Welcome back. So we are back with another video. So in this video we're going to cover OCG Metagame Report and decklist reviews for the past week. We do have November 17 to November 28. So almost 10 days span of tournament data gathering, and we are going to cover post Terminal World 2 that was released last week in the OCG, and it included a lot of legacy support for various archetypes like Jurak and a bunch of stuffs from Terminal World. So we are going to cover those topping deck lists from Terminal World, and we are going to assimilate what is the impact of that set in our OCG metagame. So without further ado, let's start. So by the way, we're going to cover major regions in Asia, namely Japan, South Korea, China, and Taiwan. So without further ado, let's start. We do have Marineford TCG tournament in Korea. So this is a very popular locals in Korea. We do have Traptrix as the champion. Wow, interesting. So Traptrix with Ryzil, I believe this is the best version of Traptrix that you could play right now, with Ryzil enabling you to go into rank 4 toolbox much more efficiently. And next, we do have what a mess. Yeah, it's like he doesn't want us to see his deck profile, but we do have Snake Eyes as a Mina. Finsmith, pretty standard looking on his messed up cards. It looked like this. It played White Forest, yeah, to be fair. It played a small amount of White Forest. And next would be Yubel. So another interesting deck that is gaining traction recently is the Yubel. People have been pivoting back towards their Yubel because of the Elbow. This card single-handedly carried the whole Yubel as an archetype or deck in this current metagame. But I believe it's just a flavor of the month for me. I don't really see Yubel that good in a positive light, but it is still functional and you can still win a bunch of games. And next would be Snake Eyes, White Forest, Azamina. Yeah, pretty standard. This is more organized than the previous deck list. And moving on, we do have Yosoga CS, I believe from Tasoku, shared by Tasoku. We do have Yosoga CS, we do have the champion of the tournament, Chaos, Chaos 60, played Thunder Dragon, Horus, Bestial, and basically 60 card grass, good stuff. And I think this is more popular in Chinese regions, but looking on this deck profile, it sported the more obvious choice and a more standard approach with the Fairy Tail and a bunch of hand traps in this build, rather Bestials and Horus. So it played triple Forbidden Droplet in the side deck. It could be massively impactful towards your discard potential and popping your cards towards the graveyard, and also double Twin Twister, very rational because you want to discard cards. And next would be, I believe this is Crystron, yeah, Crystron, another deck that is gaining massive traction recently due to their support from the Suda. So Crystron as a deck should be respected. I don't really see Crystron as a bad deck now. I just think that this deck is very capable of topping tournaments and very explosive as well. Probably even more explosive than Amalis or Blue Eyes Primite right now. So you cannot never underestimate this deck. And next would be, oh, we still have one. Yeah, we still have one. We do have Finsmith, Duston, Finsmith Primite with Duston father. So Primite, Finsmith, basically two engines that meshes well together, and you just basically link climb faster on your Primite and Finsmith, and just do the standard Finsmith line of play. And moreover, you could extend towards going to Baron, the Fleur, and just basically sit on that with two Omni Negates on your board, potentially. Moving on next, we do have Marineford TCG tournament in Korea. First would be Super Heavy Samurai. Yeah, this could be interesting because it played Ryzil. So now it is really evident that Ryzil as an archetype is very splashable. Traptrix, Voices Voice, Super Heavy Samurai, a bunch of decks that could use this engine and make their synergy better. And looking on this list, it is very interesting. I believe you could definitely experiment with this Super Heavy Samurai variant. And next would be White Forest Azamina. So technically, it also played Snake Eyes. So we do have seen like three or four already. White Forest Snake Eyes, no? Very, very astounding number. I believe it will transcend on the following weeks because people are still not giving up on Snake Eyes. This is the best way to play Snake Eyes right now. So, yeah, you could potentially beat the top 5 deck like Mementotlan or Primate Blue Eyes right now. So this is really strong and can be a top 3 deck in this meta in my own perspective. And next would be Malice. Once again, only first Malice in our report, but Malice have been solidified themselves as the second or third best deck on some people's book, no? But for me, it is the second best deck. A bunch of uh, space on the main deck for hand traps like Droll, Nibiru, Shifter, Imperm, and even Impulse, no? So very spacious main deck and is very versatile. And moving on next, you do have Centurion, Snake Eyes, yeah? Very odd. Yeah, this is very odd. You just played Snake Eyes because you want to elaborate or extend the board of Centurion. But for me, I would rather play Centurion as a pure because it is more flexible and also a decent deck for a mid-range type right now. Next would be Tetsu Share Tournament. We have Labyrinth. So, a more trap-oriented Labyrinth, it play the Room Cannon, Torrential Tribute, and a bunch of floodgates on their side and main deck. Summon Limit and Rivalry. Rivalry, very underrated card. I think people have been taking in the Rivalry more often than not recently on the past 2 or 3 weeks ago. If you can play Rivalry, you must definitely play it because it is phenomenal against the best decks out there. And next would be Fire King, Snake Eyes, Azamina. So this is another way to play Snake Eyes with Fire King. Fire King offers you coverage around difficult matchups and also extending your gas in your hand with the Ponyx, with the Fire King Island. Those are very tangible on tricky situations. And next would be Chimera, Finsmith, Azamina. Yeah. So Chimera could probably a top 5 deck after Mementotlan, probably. Yeah. I really believe that Chimera is really strong right now. In Southeast Asia, it is dominating. And Posuda, it is really strong. With this current 40 card version of Chimera, it is really evident that it is standard and also very functional. And next we do have Tenpai Dragon. First Tenpai Dragon, this Tenpai is losing its traction. Maybe because other decks just got so much better and there's a bunch of options that you could play. Like Ryzel Voices Voice, and for example, the Terminal World Jurak or Crystron from Suda. So you have more options right now. So people are now pivoting towards more modern decks. And moving on next, we have Tetsu Share Tournament once again. We do have Fabled, another deck from Terminal World. It also got support. And potentially you would want to run Finsmith because it enables you to be more efficient on your Fiend monsters. And of course, the Lure is just busted on this deck. And also, you're able to bring out Baron de Fleur and also Apollousa, which are heavy negate monsters. And next would be Mementotlan. First Memento on our report. Yeah, I believe Mementotlan is in a really good spot right now. I don't think the banlist would hit them. Probably. Just a minor hit. But yeah, I don't really see them threatening the top 2 in the meta right now. And next would be Lightsworn. Wow, Lightsworn. So Lightsworn 60, yeah. With, of course, rollback. Just a way to FTK the opponent and just basically win from that. Just resolve your grass or your milling cards and you basically technically win the game. And next, moving on, we do have Tetsu Share Tournament once again. We do have, what is this? Mementotlan, yeah. Mementotlan, 40 card, short and concise, very functional. Played Ultimate Slayer as the go second board breaker approach. And next would be Drytron. Wow. Drytron with one Diviner. I believe it has been standardized by Korean people. Drytron in Korea is really a thing. And I don't really know why, to be honest. But Drytron is really good in Korea. And some parts of China as well. But yeah, I believe people have been playing one diviner on the previews and recurring deck list from those players. I believe one of Drytron is the correct amount of ratio for this Drytron right now. And next would be Voices Voice, another deck that plays Diviner, but of course it is more stable and more consistent rather than your average Dryton. But of course, Voices Voice still a respectable deck. And next would be, wow, what is this Scareclaw? So another staple deck from Korea was Scareclaw. Scareclaw have been really performing excellently in Korean tournaments, but this Scareclaw is very much different. It has a lot of extenders like Exceed and for mid Keeper with Lone Fire. Imagine that. This is crazy. Yeah, this is really monstrosity. And next would be Card Square TCG Tournament. First would be Spiral Horus. Yeah, people have been projecting that Spiral Horus is a tier 4 meta deck, but I don't really see the relevance of this deck. It's just a good combo deck for me and very explosive as well, but it is a stretch for me to include it as a tier D meta deck in this current meta. And next would be Snake Eyes as a Mina. Yeah, a standard, just double Follows and double Nibiru in the main deck. Next would be White Forest, Fiendsmith, and ja didn't opt to play Snake Eyes. Yeah, no Snake Eyes. Just White Forest and good stuff. And also played Retaliating Sea. I believe this is really strong in this format. I just think that there's a lot of coverage for this card. I also used it on my previous Asia 3-on-3 tournament. But sadly, I haven't had the chance to perform the usage of the card. But it is still really strong in my book and potentially a very sleeper tech card. And next, moving on, we do have Tenpai Dragon once again with double Ultimate Slayer, double Forbidden Droplet, and also played one Lightning Storm. Also played the Logic and Entis on the side deck, of course, from the Ultimate Slayer dump. And moving on next, we do have Card Village Tournament. We do have Branded 60. Standard, I believe this is the most standard version of Branded. The only iteration was they're siding out the Nadir Servant rather than main decking the card for cards like Droll, for example, no, which are more high impact. And next would be Labyrinth once again. Double rollback in the main deck. It is seeing resurgence recently that Labyrinth players are now going back towards 2 rollback. I just don't think that one rollback is fine right now. I just believe that 2 rollback is the correct way to do it in this current format. I just really think so. And next would be White Forest, Snake Eyes, with Azamina. Of course, playing the Scythe and Artifact Lancea. Those are really handy around Malice. And you just want to shut down the second, probably most represented deck out there. And next would be Ryzil. So there are few Ryzils in our report, no? Maybe you're going to see more numbers of Ryzil moving forward, but right now, other decks are much more seeing reps rather than just raw Ryzil. And next would be Card Village Tournament once again. We do have Snake Eyes, White Forest. Yeah. Also play Judgment. Really solid going first card. And next would be Runic, of course. There will be not a week without Runic. Runic is just here. No matter what happens, even the world would end, we would still see Runic. That's just how good the Fountain is and the whole mechanic of decking out the opponent and stunning them out of nowhere. And next would be Voices Voice, another Voices Voice. With one Ogre and one Nibiru. Interesting choices. In the main deck, only side deck the Foalas and Purulia. And also play the Ryuge, Pendulum Ritual. Interesting choice. And next would be Ryzil. Once again, we are now seeing more Ryzils. And only side deck the copy of Thruster. Wow. Very bold. Yeah. This could be innovative. Could be interesting. Only side deck the copy of Thruster. And next would be another Ryzil. This time, you have like 2 Mirror Logic and 2 of the new rank 4 from Suda. Not really sure about this ratio, but it could work because you're also playing Ultimate Slayer. So potentially, you want your second copy of Mirror Logic to be a fodder for Ultimate Slayer. And moving on next, we do have another Ryzel. This time triple Foalas in the main deck and no droplet. Only one talent. Yeah. Also played Retaliating Sea. Could be really strong option. This meta. And next would be Memento. Yeah, Memento Atlan, triple droplet. And we have seen the Tai Festival series playing XYZ Encore. Maybe he got inspo from that. So XYZ Encore is just a tool to answer the Ryzel matchup. But other than that, it is very underwhelming around most of the 95% of the decks in the meta. So yeah, it could be really suffocating in your side deck. But it is really astounding against the best deck, which is Ryzel. And next would be Droplet CS in Japan. First would be Branded 60. Playing Dragoon, yeah. It is playing Dragoon because it is playing Dark Magician Brick. But looking on a deck like 60 pile, no, one brick is not relevant at all. And next would be Goblin Biker, our first Goblin Biker, this time with Punk. And still has room for 3 Veiler and 3 Imperm, no? That's just how good the Goblin Biker is right now. Next would be Primite Blue Eyes. I believe this is the most represented version of Blue Eyes in this post Terminal World 2. Especially Primite is gaining more traction as an engine. And decks like Finsmith and Blue Eyes and other decks wants to play the Primite right now. And you cannot blame them because Primite offers a lot of ground and interruptions for your disposal, and it is very good to not consider it, especially on a deck like Blue Eyes. Next would be Dakro Championship Tournament. We do have Ryzel with Shark and Jinya. This is the more unpopular version of Ryzel. Just played Sharks, and Sharks, of course, level 4 rank 4 toolbox for a very powerful rank 4 deck already. And you're also playing the Appointer Fred Lotus. This is a good alternative for Judgment. And next would be Blue Eyes, Primite once again, and played Power Sing Stone. Yeah, my favorite tech card as a Floodgate. Really solid. Could work as your second skill drain on your board. And Primite will have a field day sitting on a Power Sing Stone with skill drain. And next would be Unchained. Play Terror Top Engine and Dagda. Yeah, Dagda. Dagda Sight combo on this Unchained. Really, really scary. Next would be Tenpai Dragon. Yeah, standard. Triple Lansaya to answer the Malice. Next would be Yairo Cup Yu-Gi-Oh! Tournament. We do have Goblin Biker once again. This time played an Armored XYZ package. And next would be Memento Tlan. And very standard side deck, no? Triple Purulia, triple Foalas, triple Lansaya. Just play the most efficient cards out there and don't overthink your side deck patterns. And next would be Ryzel once again. Double Bell. Interesting. Could be functional around Voices and Runic and of course Malice. And a bunch of decks could be hurt by Bell. And moving on, we do have Voices Voice once again. Played Dimensional Barrier, very underrated card. Most often than not, Voices Voice would play Samuel Limit or there can be only one. But I guess he is fearing the back row removals like Lightning Storm and Duster, Heavy Storm. Those can out single-handedly or Samuel Limit. So just go for a continuous effect like the barrier declare and just keep the turn of your opponent, no? Yeah, interesting choice. I could see the logic behind this the barrier. Next would be Weeby Share Tournament in China. First would be Mermail Atlantean. This is massive. I believe this deck is gaining so much numbers in China. Especially in China, this is really crazy. I think I have seen the previous reports from China. And those are really suffocated by a bunch of Mermail and Water decks. And you wouldn't blame them because it is very explosive and also got really powerful over the previous sets. And next would be another Mermail Atlantean, this time a different approach. Played Orsartic Engine and other water XYZ or water attribute extenders like Deep Sea Diva. And this could be a more holistic approach of playing water deck. 53 card. Wow. Very, very bold. And next would be Mekanko with Kaiju in the main deck with Slumber. Yeah, interesting. Because of course Kaiju is just basically one card OTK for this Mekanko. And why not abuse it, no? Next would be Mementotlan. A bunch of Mementotlan in our reports. Probably even higher than Malice to some extent. And next would be Weaver Tournament. We do have Crystron once again with Scrap Engine and Tyrion on the main deck. And next would be Tenpai Dragon. Oh my god, what is this? Tenpai Dragon with a really, really shrewd engine. Wow. What the freak is this? I cannot really comprehend what is the thought process on this build. This is crazy. Yeah, very crazy. Next would be another Mermail Atlantean. And next would be Primite. Good stuff, basically. Primite Dogmatica, no? Just played Primite and just engine the opponent using your Primite cards. And also Bestial, small Bestial engine with Regain. And Lubellion didn't opt to play Baldric anymore. And Saronir just played Regain. And next would be Weaver Tournament. We have shared a bunch of Chinese tournaments, and Chinese are crazy, notorious for a bunch of good stuff decks like this Yubel 60 card grass. What even is this, no? So it is playing Hero and Yubel all together, and also Finn Smith. Yeah, this is crazy. Basically, Finn good stuff. You could put it like that, no? Finn good stuff. And next would be another Yubel. This time, 51 card once again. Oh my goodness. China. This is crazy. It also played Bestial. I wonder what is the logic behind playing more Bestials. Maybe to answer Malice, for example, or even Voice's voice to some degree. But I don't really see the importance other than extending your board. And next would be Fire King 60. Oh my goodness. Bunch of 60s on Weaver tournaments. This time with White Forest. Wow. Insanity. And next would be, oh my goodness. When I thought that things wouldn't get crazier, we now have seen Crystal V60 with Millennium. Oh my goodness. I am really literally scratching my head right now to say things about this deck because this is crazy. Yeah. Yeah, this is really insane. I have no words to... And it is even playing Protoss Engine on the side deck. What the freak? Wow. What a mad lad. And now we are now back towards the normal decks. We do have Mermail Atlantean, of course. With XYZ Encore once again. Wow. Really, really interesting tech. And next would be Ryzil, Triple Judgment on the main deck. Okay, not too shabby. Could be a great way to instantly win the game that you go first. And next would be Ryzil once again. Play double Ogre, double Nibiru. Oh, triple Nibiru. Only double Ogre. And next would be Primite Blue Eyes once again. It is playing the new level 1. I forgot. It is a tool to use your Primite engine. And it is ridiculously expensive right now. It is like 3,000 yen or 4,000 yen already in the Japanese market. So, if you want to use this card or buy this card right now, you might as well buy it because it could get even more higher if people will play more Primite on the following weeks. And next would be Ram Cup in Japan. The Mementotlan once again. No Veiler, just played double talent and triple droplet. Next would be Mementotlan once again. Bunch of Mementotlan in our report, no? Yeah, we have seen like 9 Mementotlan already or 8. Yeah, this is crazy. Next would be another Mementotlan. Oh my goodness. The top 4 could be Mementotlan only. Or no. Yeah. 3 Mementotlan in top 4 is crazy. Those are crazy conversion rates for a deck like Mementotlan. And next would be Unchained Standard. Yeah, Standard, Unchained, triple Droll. And just hide deck the copy of Wallace. Next would be another Ram Cup tournament. I believe this is 3v3 tournament, yeah. Shinra is one of the participants. And Ryzil once again, Standard. Next would be another Ryzil. Play the Black Goat Laughs in the main deck with triple Trust. And next would be Centurion, Millennium. Yeah, deviated from the normal Centurion Pure. Next would be 1923 CS in Korea. Player A would be Goblin Biker with Finsmith and also played Armored XYZ. And next would be, wow, Live Twin Finsmith with Sprite. So you just basically buy Tactical Tri deck and improve it to something like this, and you're able to win large tournaments like 1923 CS in Korea. And next would be another Primite Finsmith. Interesting. So Primate Finsmith could be the modern adventure token DPE. This could be really moving in a position that it is the new good stuff deck or the engine deck. Next would be 1923 CS once again. We do have White Forest Snake Eyes and also played the Scythe. And next would be Mermail Atlantean once again. Bunch of Mermails in our report. And next would be another Memento Outland, oh my goodness. This time with Chaos Hunter. Just to elude the Malice matchup. And also Lancea. He really respects the Malice matchup. And next would be 1923 CS. Another top 3. Top 4 of the tournament. You have White. Yeah, I believe this is White. And he is playing Blue Eyes Primate once again. With, yeah, Cypher and Crimson Dragon. And next would be Yubel, and 3 Judgment in the side deck. Next would be Ryzil once again. So once again, it is playing Judgment. So Judgment could be your go-to, going first card in this current meta. And next would be 1923 CS, player ABC once again. You have Branded 60 with evenly matched on the main deck. Next would be another Ryzil. Play Shifter, wow. Ryzil with Shifter. Yeah, very strong because the Snake Eyes is gaining more traction. And next would be Lyrillus Tri Brigade, wow. Of course, there will be a Tri Brigade deck. And yeah, I played Triple Lancea. Even though you're risking the ability to banish from Tri Brigade cards, you're still going to play Lancea just to answer the Malice matchup. And next would be another tournament from Japan. The champion, White Forest, Snake Eyes, with Finsmith. And next would be Voices Voice Ryzil. This is a very popular deck in Japan, and people have been finding inspiration from that, from the previous YCSJ, Osaka. And next would be Ryzil, and triple Droplet on the main deck. And triple double Trap Trick and triple Sanctum. And wow, Necros, Ryzil. Oh my goodness, Necros. It is still beautiful that the day we have lost Necros, no? I'm not even playing Yu-Gi-Oh that time, but I just know that many people are waiting for this moment to happen. They believe Necros that it will get support, and now it happened, and people just throw Ryzil into the Necros and call it a day, no? Imagine that. Modern problems requires modern solutions, I guess. And next would be Duel sa Lantayo, Sun CS in Japan. Once again, we do have Primate Blue Eyes with Flame Well, level 1. Next would be Ryzil. Yeah, Double Desires. Aside from that, very standard. And next would be Goblin Biker once again. Bunch of Goblin Bikers in our report. Probably the 6 most represented out there. And next would be Ryzil once again. Without Foalos in the main deck. Just play triple evenly and triple judgment. No regards of going first or going second. And next would be Duel sa Lantayo once again. We do have Blue Eyes. Metal Morph. Yeah, Blue Eyes Metal Morph. With Metal Engine. And next would be Ryzel once again. It is blurry. I'm not really sure if my internet is bugging or it's just the picture of this player. Oh, yeah, it's just a picture. We have Ryzel once again. Triple Bell on the side deck. Could be interesting. Next would be Ryzel once again. We double Bell and also triple D barrier. No judgment for this time. And next would be next place CS in Japan. We do have Malice. So Malice with Ultimate Slayer. Because you have room for Mirror Logic. And yeah, only Mirror Logic probably. And next would be Goblin Biker once again. Yeah, it's just very standard right now. And next would be Blue Eyes Primite. Yeah, interesting. It also played Gravity Collapse. Yeah, and also Azalea. No Little Knight just played Azalea on this deck. And next would be Ryzel with Donner. Another Little Knight alternative for a certain deck like Ryzel. Next would be Voices Voice Ryuge. 44 card. Yeah, quite numerous. And next would be Sky Striker. Of course, Sky Striker will be present anytime and every week in our report. A very standard approach, just play triple upstart and played one copy of Summon Limit. And next would be Tetsu Shared Tournament. We do have Chimera. Yeah, Chimera. And next would be Snake Eyes. Oh, Sky Striker. Yeah, Sky Striker again. Two Sky Striker in our report. This time with triple Change of Heart and triple Lightning Storm. Next would be Voices Voice. Yeah, Voices Voice once again. Bunch of going first cards on the side deck. Next would be Memento Plan. And just standard, just played triple draw. And next would be, of course, this is what I'm waiting for. I know I have seen a Jurak report. So now we have it, Jurak with Azamina. So Jurak with Azamina could be threatening, but I think that Jurak as a pure is more played or much more evident. And UCT on your board with double pop and a way to wipe your opponent's board is crazy. I have played a Jurak player in Edo Pro and I am really demolished by that player. It's just so infuriating. And next we do have Tetsu Shared Tournament. We do have EXO. Double Talent. Next would be Voices. And double Ogre this time. Next would be White Forest. Finsmith. With Azamina. And a small Tear Lemons and oh it is Tear Laments. Oh my goodness. Yeah, this is Tear Laments. Tear Laments. Oh my goodness. The never ending Tear Laments. And next would be the last in our report. We do have Ryzel. Double Lancea on the main deck. Very bold. And yeah, that sums up our OCG metagame report and text reviews for the past week. If you found this video informative and helpful, please consider subscribing. It definitely motivates me a lot to keep providing this content for you guys. So once again, thank you for watching. See you on the next one. Peace.